Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share the Dhamma here today. Many people travel here. Some are already in this area. Some hear the news and make the journey, stopping by to meet and talk for just a moment before leaving. Yet everyone arrives carrying a suffering. Some come in tears, suffering deeply. Life feels nothing but suffering. It is deeply pitiful. Why is this so? Because they think, playing with thoughts until it is as if suffering truly has an existence, even though suffering has never truly existed at all. Yet we create suffering and burn ourselves with it, as though it were real, until suffering arises. And then, when we fall asleep, the suffering disappears. The sense of me disappears. The knowing itself disappears. This truth clearly reveals non-self. Suffering does not truly exist. It has never truly existed. It is merely a fabricated appearance. When we wake up and feel a contact, we immediately begin to think, pulling up memories we have stored, thinking automatically, repeatedly returning to the same old stories again and again on autopilot. We constantly impress upon ourselves, I am suffering, I am suffering. I must be responsible for this. I must do that. If my mother is gone, I will be like this. If my father is gone, I will be like that. My life cannot be without this. I will surely suffer. I cannot go on. The mind keeps teaching itself in this way, continuously. A mind wrongly established like this inevitably sinks into the dimension of suffering and then asks itself, how can I get out? Even while it is the one stirring everything up, thinking and imagining the same old things, insisting that we say that we cannot stop thinking, that we must think. It is like piling up a fire to burn one's own house, and then asking how the fire can be put out. Why light the fire in the first place? If I don't light it, how will I stay warm? And so one keeps lighting the fire, burning one's own house, all the while crying out about how unbearable the suffering is. We do not truly exist in the world of dreams. Dreams are not reality, yet we like to dream. We like to dwell in what is not real. The truth is that the mind has never been anything at all. We, as mind, have never been anything at all. We have never been born into this world. This truth is always true, like the heart that keeps beating whether we know it or not. No one can change this truth. The body continues to deteriorate and will soon break apart. Emotions arise because of thinking, because of imagining. Once there is thinking, once there is imagining, emotions arise. That is simply how it is, like cool air, belonging to no one. We try to escape these things, yet the truth remains exactly as it is. What we can do is know what is true, know according to the truth that has always been true, without anyone shaping it or fabricating it. Feelings of happiness and feelings of suffering are appearances of the mind. This voice, too, is an appearance of the mind. Mental images are appearances of the mind. Everything that appears is merely an appearance of the mind. All we need is to understand and see correctly that this is how it truly is, that these are only appearances. They are not the mind, and they are not us. This truth remains true just as it is. No matter how much suffering there may be, it is not our suffering, because it always disappears. Try commanding it to suffer. Tell it to keep suffering. Suffer more. Suffer a lot during this time. Keep suffering. Suffer again. Suffer again. Suffer right now. Try telling it. It will not obey, because right now it is not suffering. The feeling of suffering does not stay, according to our commands. It arises on its own and disappears on its own. The feeling of suffering arises because of thinking in the direction of dissatisfaction, in the direction of things not being as imagined. When thought moves in that direction, The feeling of suffering arises, yet it is merely one state of the mind, merely an appearance that indicates there is life. Because we have life, these appearances arise. It is precisely because there is life that these appearances exist. This is normal. It is as it should be. Because we come to dwell in this body, the body functions, the heart beats, and the body has not yet fallen apart. Because we come to dwell in this body, the body has the appearance of hunger, the appearance of fullness, the ability to think and fabricate. Because we come to dwell in this body, all phenomena ripple and fabricate in this way, continuously, without stopping or slackening. Try leaving this body, try leaving all appearances, then we will see that these things are worthless in and of themselves. We become deluded by these rippling movements, enchanted by what appears on its own and dissolves on its own, and we go on to grasp and meddle with the appearances of the mind. Water has the appearance of waves, so why should we busy ourselves with the waves of water? Waves are merely an appearance of water. They are not water. Yet we, who are clear water, become deluded into thinking, I am a wave. My waves must be high. My waves must be low. My wave must be refined. Even though waves are only appearances, we are not waves. We are clear water. In the same way, the mind is the life element without form. We have no form, yet we like to ripple and fabricate, and then say that there is form, saying we are human, or sound, or mental images, or memory, or the knowing appearance. Why become infatuated with what is not ours? Why not understand that it is not us? Why not know? Simply because no one has taught us to see this truth as it truly is. This world teaches us to become deluded by appearances. It teaches that when we walk, we must take the appearance of walking to walk, must take the body to walk, even though the body is something external that we merely dwell in. Why do we become deluded by what we only reside in? This voice is an appearance of the mind. Mental images are appearances of the mind. Memory is an appearance of the mind. The knowing appearance is an appearance of the mind. Feelings of happiness and feelings of suffering are also appearances, states that express the condition of life. Why not express the state through smiling? Why not express the state by teaching one another to understand this truth? We make use of appearances to express the state of life, to show that life is this way in and of itself, that form is this way in and of itself, that name and mentality are this way in and of themselves. Whether there is happiness or suffering, they are simply appearances in this way. To call happiness merit or wholesomeness, to call suffering demerit or unwholesomeness, is unnecessary. There is no need to call them anything at all, because they are simply as they are. They are appearances of life. This knowing appearance is an appearance of life. The knowledge that knows is also an appearance of life. Even awakening itself is still an appearance of life. We are not appearances. We are life, the life element without form, clear and profoundly pure. Yet why do we want to have appearances, want to obtain appearances, want to possess appearances? It is because we are accustomed to relying on appearances, and because there has been no wise sage to point it out, to tell us, to remind us to awaken. It is like being accustomed to walking into an abyss. Every time we walk, we fall into it. Then a sage points and says, "Don't walk there. Do you see? If you walk that way, you will fall into the abyss." Hearing this, we startle awake once. Oh, that was close. But after a while, we walked into the abyss again. The sage must point again. See? You are about to fall into the abyss again. This happens over and over, because we are repeatedly warned and repeatedly taught. We are often pointed out to, often jolted with reminders. Do you know that you are walking into an abyss? Do you know that fabrication is happening? Do you know that this voice is an appearance, that you are relying on appearances again? Do you know that this voice is an appearance? Do you know that you are relying on appearances? Calm is an appearance. Happiness is an appearance. Suffering is an appearance. Do you know that you are being infatuated with appearances, entangled with appearances? Do you know that you are infatuated with the appearance of calm, infatuated with the appearance of happiness, infatuated with the appearance of suffering? All of this is merely appearances of life, yet we become deluded and turn into those appearances themselves. When we are jolted, when we are reminded, we suddenly startle into awareness. Oh, once again we have flowed along with appearances. When we begin to see, this is flowing along with appearances. This is us clinging and flowing with appearances. Is this the moment of coming out of appearances? Right here, learning arises in the mind. This is wisdom. The mind begins to learn. We begin to know, we are flowing with appearances. Even this speaking right now is an appearance. Yes. Oh, we have flowed again. Gradually, it becomes familiar with awakening, with not sinking and drifting. It is like someone sleepwalking. If no one ever wakes them, they will sleep and wander as they always do, sleeping and wandering, strolling around, laughing, going into forests and thickets, ending up sleeping in a cemetery every day. They wander until it becomes familiar to stay in the cemetery like that. But when someone wakes them while they are walking, they startle awake. Oh, here it is again. Am I sleepwalking again? And they turn back. After a while, they fall asleep and wander again, heading only toward the cemetery. When someone wakes them again, they startle and turn back. Being awakened often enough, they begin to realize, hey, I have to be aware. Because if I am aware, I won't walk into the cemetery. When I am unaware, it is because I like to flow with this emotion, this thought, so I end up truly drifting there and lying down in the cemetery. I only realize it again when sunlight shines on my face. This shows that each moment of awareness, each moment of awakening, is precisely what prevents us from being absorbed in mental fantasies. We must not be absorbed in them, because all of this is nothing but appearances. When the mind learns like this repeatedly, when we see, know, and understand that being absorbed in appearances, being absorbed in this speaking voice, and mistaking it for me speaking, is actually not us at all. It is merely an appearance. Thoughts, mental images, emotions, memories, the knowing appearance, these are all just appearances. When a sage points this out and teaches us to recognize appearances, then we begin to recognize them. We begin to know how appearances function, something we never knew before. Now we know that appearances work this way. We know that all of this is appearance. Smiling is an appearance. Laughing and being happy are appearances. Suffering is merely an appearance. So why suffer over it? Oh, how foolish. This is the nature of not drifting along, because we have been taught to drift along since birth. Parents, teachers, elders, all teach us to drift along with appearances. No one teaches us to awaken and see appearances. No one teaches us to walk with awakened awareness of appearances from childhood. We are only taught to drift along with appearances, taught to drift along with appearances that say, I am a child, a father, a mother, a relative. I am a human being. I have this name, this surname. I must go to school. I must study this and that subject. When I grow up, I must have a good job. But when we grow up, there may be no job at all. Then we must learn how to have no job, must learn how to look for work. In the end, we construct this conventional world, and then become deluded by its conventional appearances. After that, we search for a way out of these conventional appearances. Yet that very searching is itself an appearance of fabrication. We have never known where the origin of these appearances comes from. We want to fix appearances even though we have never had a self. Yet we try to create a self in order to fix appearances themselves. We suffer. We come to me in tears. We suffer deeply, depression, mental illness, being spun constantly in currents of depression and anxiety, crying, suffering all the time. Even though we know it is suffering, we keep creating nothing but the appearance of suffering. We do not know at all that we are creating the appearance of suffering to burn ourselves, crying every day as if we were someone grieving from separation, from being abandoned by someone, or from losing something. We think about it, and the moment we think suffering arises, then we cry. Then we think again, and we suffer again, so that we can cry again. Then we think again, so that we can suffer again, so that we can cry again. We actually take pleasure in this. We are satisfied with creating these appearances until we become accustomed to thinking and emotion and sink right there. We become emotion. We become the suffering emotion. We become thought without realizing at all what we have become. We only know that we have become suffering, become thought, become the body, become sorrow. And so what exactly are we? No one has ever revealed to us that we are the life element without form, empty, clear, and profoundly pure, utterly pure. No one has ever taught us that we are the pure life element. Instead, we teach one another that we are appearances, that we are this body, that we are human. We are smiling, so we are the appearance of smiling. We are laughing, so we are the appearance of laughter. Right now we are happy, now we have happiness. Right now we are suffering, now we are sad. We are the appearance of sadness. Right now we are the appearance that is expressing a sound. Right now we are the appearance that is remembering the past. Right now we are knowing. Right now we are the one who knows. We are the knower. We are the ones who carry knowledge. In the end, what exactly are we supposed to be? No one ever answers for us what we truly are. Are we the body, or are we the voice that is speaking, or are we the mental images that are being imagined? Are we emotions? Are we the emotion of suffering or the emotion of happiness? Are we the appearance of memory, or are we the appearance of knowing? What are we? Where is this me? What are we? We cannot find ourselves because we use fabricated appearances to try to find ourselves, even though all fabricated appearances arise from us. We are the original element. We are the life element without form. And precisely because we have no form, we create appearances in order to grasp them and claim that we are those appearances. Then we delight in that misunderstanding until a sage comes to point it out, to tell us, to remind us that we are not appearances. We are the original element that creates appearances. While smiling right now, we are not the appearance of smiling. We are the original element that creates the appearance of smiling. This voice that is speaking right now is not us. We merely create the appearance called sound, so that it may be clearly seen that we are the original element that creates all of these appearances. It is like the sound of a radio. The radio sound is sound. It is an appearance of the radio. The radio is communicating, I am a radio. So it sends out sound to indicate that it is a radio. But I am not the sound. Some animals create a smell around themselves. That smell, the foul smell, is not me. I am the one who creates that foul smell. Do you understand the saying that all things arise from causes? We ourselves are the cause of all those things. We are not the conditioned things. We are the original element that creates these conditioned things. We are not what is known, not appearances, not sound, not smell, not the knowing appearance. These are merely appearances that are created. We are the original element that creates these appearances. This sound is not us. We are the original element that creates this sound. This knowing appearance is also merely an appearance. We are simply the original element that creates this knowing appearance. We are the mind, not mental formations. That's it. Dharma is just this. All 84,000 ways point to the very same place. Do you understand? It's simple, just this. Why study countless scriptures? Shelves full of books. What are they studied for? Just to know this, that we are the mind, not mental formations. That's the end. Just this. Everything that appears is merely an appearance of the original element. The original element manifests many appearances so that it becomes possible for these many appearances to turn back against the current and come to know that we are the original element. When we know that we are the original element, all these appearances are worthless in and of themselves. Do you understand this point? It is like oxygen and carbon dioxide, mere kinds of nature that reside within emptiness. These natures, these appearances, arise, abide, and dissolve within emptiness. Precisely because there is emptiness, all natures and all appearances are able to reside. Do you know that our world floats in emptiness, exists within emptiness? Emptiness has nothing to do with the world, yet the world still floats within that emptiness. Just one particle that appears, waiting to disintegrate in time, while that emptiness has never arisen and never disintegrated. Within this emptiness, everything is provided for every particle to dwell in. Even what are called the sun and the stars are merely particles residing within the emptiness that is ours. We are the original element that creates every appearance as a place of dwelling. This sound, this body, this mental image, this emotion, this memory, this knowing appearance, all are appearances, things that reside within the mind, appearing and dissolving in the mind. The mind is the original element, the base, the ground, the place where all appearances dwell and disintegrate. The mind is the totality that encompasses everything in all infinite dimensions. Nothing exists outside the scope of the mind. Do you understand this point? Everything has the mind as its base, as its principle, allowing all things to dwell. Whoever understands this truth penetrates it completely and is freed from suffering. We simply know at all times that things arise from causes. In this way, we are freed from suffering entirely. We are the great cause. Everything is merely our appearance. Smile at this world, because this world requires fabrication. So fabricate with smiling, with speaking only about awakening to the mind. This knowledge is something the world has never known before. The world wants to know where we come from, so we tell this world. We are the original element that creates all appearances to arise and dissolve, and all the appearances now being expressed are not us. They are merely our appearances. This voice is merely an appearance of us. The mental images that arise are merely appearances of us. Feelings of happiness, feelings of suffering, feelings of calm, feelings of agitation, feelings of neutrality, all are merely appearances of us. All memories are merely appearances of us. Even this very knowing that is occurring right now is merely an appearance of us. Let us awaken to see the appearances of us. We are not appearances. Awaken and see clearly that we are not appearances. Yet every appearance arises entirely from us. There is nothing at all, no infinite dimension whatsoever, that does not arise from the appearances of us. We ourselves are the ones who create the infinite dimensions of all appearances. We ourselves create what are called fortunate realms, unfortunate realms, and the three realms of existence. These infinite dimensions are precisely the three realms of existence, and all of them are merely appearances of us. See this through awakening. When it is seen, it will be seen that the appearances of us are not us, not ours, merely appearances of us alone, simply such that they are what they are. See this. Become familiar with it. Persist in seeing the appearances of us as merely appearances. Persisting in this is what is called practice. Persist in seeing that these appearances of us are not us. Persist in knowing in this way. This is the right practice. This is the practice of Dhamma. Any Dhamma that is not this Dhamma is not Dhamma that leads to awakening. Persist in seeing the appearances of us, that they are merely appearances, not us, merely states of appearance, merely appearances of life, merely states of life. Live life without clinging to appearances. Live life fully, as if for the last time, because all of this is merely appearances of life, merely appearances of us, not ours. Persist in realizing this. This is the practice. The wise persist in this way. Whoever listens often to this teaching of awakening to the mind, in no long time, the mind becomes familiar with seeing appearances as they truly are. Persist in seeing appearances, that they are merely appearances, not us. Persist in knowing in this way until it becomes automatic, until the mind no longer clings to appearances. I will stop here. May all of you awaken instantly to your own element of Dhamma. If you're interested in these teachings on awakening, mind observation, and transcending suffering through wisdom, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments, provide productive feedback, and if you find this content valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.